So good evening, YouTube. Sorry for the delay. I had a few technical difficulties. Some reason this wouldn't go live. So yeah, I've been sat here for about 10 minutes trying to get it to go live. But I am finally live. So thanks for all of your patience. And we have got a game tomorrow. I'll be doing a watch along for that. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. I'll be doing that with Chig from Guna Eagle Eye. So go and subscribe to him. His link is in the description. But we've got a game against Chelsea, and Chelsea lost to Southampton last time out. We obviously drew away to Bournemouth, 1-1 draw. Chelsea lost 2-0. Now, Chelsea have been kind of up and down recently. They started off with a 4-0 loss at the start of the season. They then went on a bit of a run. They got themselves up into top four. They're still in that top four as it currently stands, by the way. And we're currently languishing down in 11th in the table, which is no good for anyone. And our season's been, well, it's just been so poor. It's not even worth talking about. We've won 5 games out of 19, which is just, wow. Even Southampton, who got slapped 9-0 the other week, have actually won more games than us. But this game, like I said earlier, for anybody who watched my stream earlier, this game for me is up there with, we're actually 12th, are we? Thank you. I thought we were 11th, but even worse. But yeah, this game ranks up there with Tottenham for me. I've got so many mates that are Chelsea fans. They're a lot older as well, so I've seen Chelsea when they had cars around the stadium before Roman Abramovich decided to plough some money into it. But yeah, a lot of my Chelsea mates, I had the run on them for 15 years, and then Abramovich come along, and they've just literally ripped me for the last 15. But it's going to be a difficult game. I did my combined 11 earlier, so anyone who hasn't checked that stream out, go and check that out once this is done. Feel free to do that. I did a combined 11. That's something I'm going to be doing going forward every single match day. Doesn't matter what team it is. Maybe not for Leeds United. Maybe just keep it to Premier League games, just the Premier League teams, because listen, our defence is a shambles. So yeah, pretty much every single team we come up against, I can pick a defender that will go into a combined 11 from another team at least. So, but yeah, it's a game that I'm looking forward to. And like I said, Chelsea have been faltering, but I fully expect them to come to the Emirates and up their game. They know what this game means. They know that they've pretty much beaten us a lot of the time in the last 5 years. I'd say maybe 75% of the time they've probably got a result against us. Last year we beat them. I was at that game. They brought Olivier Giroud off the bench. I don't even know if he still plays for Chelsea. Does he still play there? I don't know. No Eden Hazard this time around. They battered us in the final, as we know. And it's gonna be weird, because obviously these fixtures come thick and fast between Christmas and New Year. And we've got Man United on Wednesday, on New Year's Day. They're currently playing now. I think they're 1-0 up in that game. And it's going to be weird to see what team Arteta picks. Obviously, a lot of players that I thought should have started the other day didn't start, Pepe being one of them. Will Guendouzi start? I don't know. Will Granit Xhaka start? Listen, he's favoured him in his first game, the same as the previous 3 managers. But his agent's coming out with all this talk about they've agreed terms to go to Hertha Berlin, etc., etc. He does still play for Chelsea. Has he actually played any games this season, Wilson? But it's going to be interesting to see what lineup he picks. And for me, I've said this before, you've got to go with your best 11. And we can all come up with a best 11. It's what he thinks is the best 11. I don't care if they played 2 days ago. I don't care if they've got a game on Wednesday. They're professional footballers. They're athletes. They're as fit as a fiddle, most of them. And they should be able to cope with 2-3 games in the short space of time. You know, it's not like they're putting it in training. They're literally getting paid to play football and run around doing something they love. So they should be able to run around 2-3 times in 9 days or whatever it is, or 8 days or whatever it is. So, yeah, for me, he's got to go with the best 11. The best 11 is gonna be interesting to see, because this is going to be his second game, and then obviously Man United's his third game. By Man United, we'll know what he thinks is pretty much his best 11. If not all of the 11, it'll be at least 7 or 8 of them. We'll know who's his main go-to guys. Socrates is missing for this game. He's got concussion. I don't know whether I missed that, but I know he went down on the floor at one point in the game. I didn't realise he had concussion from that, but he is actually going to miss the game. So we've got a little bit of a centre-back problem, because he has played most of the games recently. Callum Chambers is back. Does that mean that he's going to partner David Luiz? Please, no. I don't want to see that partnership. David Luiz against his old team, Agent Luiz, as Ben's put in the chat. Listen, it's a weird one. I don't want David Luiz starting this game. I'm going to get onto my starting 11. I'll go with then how I think the game's going to go. Then I'll give you my score prediction. We'll do some of the chat. But I've written my team down. I'm going to go with Leno in goal. I think that's pretty obvious. I'm then going to go with Maitland-Niles at right back. Then left back, we haven't got a left back that's fit at the moment, so we're going to have to go with Saka again. Although I did say the other day when I did the watch along for the game that maybe we should pluck a left back out of the reserves, out of the kids, and promote them up to the first team. Because Saka for me isn't a left back. I know he's played left back, left wing back, whatever it is for the under 23s, but he does his best work on that left wing position. We see for their goal the other day that it was his fault, basically, or part of his fault. He gave the ball away. Granit Xhaka then didn't know whether to stick or twist, whether to go to the man or not go to the man. And by that time, they then had an overlap, and then Torreira was again caught out of place, and they then scored. They tucked it in and scored, and they then went 1-0 up. And we've seen that quite a lot this season, especially down the wings. We don't defend properly. Even when Tierney's been there at times this season, he's been overrun because the midfield are not tracking back and helping out properly. So for me, I'm going to put Saka in there. But going forward, I don't want to see him play there week in, week out. I know Tierney's going to be back. I know Kolasinac's going to be back. But if we do ever get into this problem, again, then maybe we should pluck somebody out of the reserves and put them in from the under 23s up. Centre-back pairing. Like I said, I don't want to see David Luiz anywhere near this game. I don't even want to see him in the ground. Just stay at home, bruv. So I'm going to go with Callum Chambers partnered with Mustafi. Mustafi's actually not looked like the Mustafi of last season when he has played this season, which is kind of mad because he's pretty crap, let's be honest. But yeah, he hasn't actually looked too bad when he's played this season. And David Luiz has looked pretty much a liability every time he has played. He's got a massive mistake in him. He doesn't do the basics correctly, in my opinion. I think that there's so many times that I think he actually played well the other day, don't get me wrong. And the game against, I think it was West Ham. I think it was that game he played pretty well. But at the same time, it's Chelsea. It's his old team. I don't want to see him anywhere near this game. Like I said, keep him at home. Tell him to have a day off, go out with his friends, family, whatever he wants to do. Don't even let him in the ground. So yeah, that's my back four. Into midfield, Lucas Torreira. Again, like I said a minute ago, you've got to track your runners. He didn't do that properly the other day. Although he has been playing a lot better since he's gone back into that defensive midfield position. So yeah, I'm going to go with him. You know I'm not picking Xhaka, so I'm going to put Guendouzi in there, who's basically an upgrade on Xhaka anyway, because he's got 2 feet instead of 1. So yeah, that's my 2. I'm then going to go with the superstar. Yes, I am picking Mesut Ozil. Make him earn his money. He earned it the other day. I thought he played well the other day. Now let's see if he can do it again in a big game. Because listen, Bournemouth away, no disrespect. I know we're playing crap and we're not in any position to mug off other teams. Let's see if you can do it against a better team, a team that sat in that top 4, a team that are going to come to the Emirates, albeit not in the greatest of form, but they're going to come there and their midfield's relentless. So I'd rather have their midfield than our midfield, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'm going to go with him. On the right-hand side, I don't know why he's not been starting games, but I'm putting Pepe into the team. I think he's the one guy on that side of the pitch that can get the ball and just run and make things happen. He gets the ball, he turns and runs at people. And when he's going to be up against probably Marcus Alonso, I'd imagine, that could be a mismatch from the get-go. So yeah, I'm going to go with Pepe. And I think that a lot of people have mugged Pepe off this season. I don't get it. I don't know why. I just think that, I think he's got 3 assists this season, which is the highest in the team, I think. If it isn't, then it's very close to the highest. He's got a few goals this season, 4 or 5 goals, something like that, which again is probably putting him in the top 3 or 4 goal scorers at the club. And he's barely featured. He's literally played hardly any minutes when you look at it. So for me, he's got to start this game. I think that could be an area where we go, right, let's target their left back. Yeah, then we've got to have our midfield runners in the box, our Mesut Ozil, etc., etc. 4 goals, 5 assists. Well, there we go. Thank you, Hacks. That's 9 goal contributions if you're into all that sort of stat. And people want to mug him off. I don't quite get it. If he had played the whole season, week in, week out, I think you could probably double both of them. And bear in mind, he didn't score for weeks when he first come here. Left-hand side, I'm going to put Martinelli in there. He missed out the other day. He wasn't in the squad the other day. I do think he'll be in the squad again. I do think that he will start. I do think Arteta will start him. I'm definitely starting him. I think that in the recent weeks, the last 6 to 8 weeks maybe, I think he's been absolutely superb. Again, he's another guy that can run at people and he can do something, can make something happen. Now, we've got to use that wing play because, like I said, the centre of the park is where Chelsea are very strong. And they will overpower us in that middle. I fully believe that. It doesn't matter what midfield I pick, what midfield Arteta picks. I think that with the midfield that Chelsea go with or can go with in any combination, I think that they'll probably win that central midfield area. So we've got to make sure that when we get the ball on a turnover, we are direct with pace. And that means that Martinelli and Pepe got to start for me. Up front, Aubameyang scored the other day. I wasn't too happy with him jumping in the crowd with an equaliser with our first shot. I think that he should have run back to the halfway line with the ball to try and come on. He's the captain. Let's go. But the fact that he scored, his confidence to be back up. He's looked way off the boil recently. I don't know whether it's something to do with the contract or whether it's the fact that he's just, I don't know, just fed up of playing for Arsenal. I wouldn't blame him if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's my starting 11. How do I think the game's going to go? I kind of touched on it a minute ago. I think they'll win the midfield battle, central midfield. I think that they will probably dominate possession. They've had a lot of possession against Everton the other week. I think it was 74% possession and they lost 3-1. Now, the way that Everton beat them was by going direct, going high balls, winning their headers and getting their midfield runners into the box. I don't think we've got the personnel to play like that. I don't think we've got, especially with Aubameyang, the guy never wins a header. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to play that way. I think that we'll try and dominate the game ourselves, which means it should be a pretty good open game. But at the same time, they're gonna pinpoint our midfield and that free in midfield, and we've got to make sure that when we haven't got the ball, we tuck in so quickly because they can kill us on the break with Pulisic, Willian, Tammy Abraham, anybody basically in that midfield. Kante, we know, is going to marshal that midfield and defence. And we know that he's going to be all over the place, high energy, high tempo. So when we get the ball on the turnover, like I said, the wings is going to be where we win the game, if we can do it that way. Substitutes might be key. Obviously, we'll have Lacazette on the bench. Didn't look great the other day at all. I thought he was shocking again. I don't know what's going on with him or Aubameyang. I don't know. Maybe they both want out. Maybe they're both fed up. Maybe they're just done and they're like, let's just get to the January window and get ourselves out of here. Maybe that is what they're thinking. Because listen, for both of them to be so far off the pace and the contract talk and them not signing the new deal, it would suggest that there's something kind of going on there. I don't know. I'm not involved in their contracts, but from the outside looking in, it does look like that could be the case. There's no other reason for them to be off the pace. Their work rate's just non-existent recently. And that's saying that I used to praise Lacazette for. And his work rate's gone from being 100 to being minus 100. He don't look like he wants to be here. When he sat on the bench the other day with his jacket zipped up, he was just like, just all slumped. He was like, no. I was just looking at him thinking, bro, do you actually want to play for this club? Because if you don't, then just go, man. The same goes for everyone. Lee, will we do a watch along for the Liverpool Wolves or other big games in the league? Cheers from Chicago. We rate you here at the Globe Pub. Thank you very much. I might have to pop in the Globe Pub one day. Rum and Coke, baby. I hope you sell Morgan Spice. Don't take the mick out of the pink straw, though. When is the Liverpool Wolves game? Is that tomorrow? I probably won't be, mate. I probably won't be. No, I probably won't. I do apologise, mate, but I've got a few things to do. Obviously, I'll be doing the watch on for the Chelsea game. Chelsea-Arsenal or Arsenal-Chelsea. And then for the next week or so, I've got my daughter anyway. So yeah, watch-alongs are just going to have to be limited to Arsenal for now, mate. And I won't be doing a watch-along for the Leeds United game either. But anyway, let's get on to score prediction. Score prediction for this game, I'm going to go with I'm going to be positive because I do actually think we'll beat them. I don't know why I think we'll beat them. But I remember playing against us tomorrow at 4. Yeah, I won't be doing it. Thank DJ Fury. Sorry, mate. But yeah, score prediction. I'm actually confident. I was there last season when we took them apart. They looked so crap. And that gave us all hope going into the Europa League final that, oh, actually, hang on a minute. They beat us at their ground. We've beaten them at our ground. Let's go into the Europa League final and have a good game. And we all know what happened there. And if you actually remember, when we played them at their ground last season, it was the second game of the season. It was the first away game. They went 2-0 up very quickly and we got it back to 2-2. I remember me and Troops ended up about 4 rows further down. Some guy right behind us in the upper tier fell over and just literally took us all out. The scenes in that end were mental. And then I think it was Alonso scored the winner. Obviously at the Emirates, we battered them. That could have been 4-5-6 against them at the Emirates. So I'm kind of confident. I think that, like I said, if we go with quick counter-attacking football, I don't think we'll dominate them. But if we go with quick counter-attacking football, they have got a weakness there. So I'm going to go with a score prediction of Arsenal 3. Don't know why I'm thinking 3, but there we go. Chelsea 1. I think we'll beat them. Mikel Arteta will get his first win. We'll get our first win for us. Well, I can't remember when we last win a game. Does anyone actually know? Was it West Ham? But it'll give us our 6th win of the season. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with 3-1. I'm going to read out some of these comments for 5-10 minutes. Do drive the likes up, and then I'm going to wrap this stream up, and I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. And yeah, it's Saturday night, so I hope you all have a wonderful night as well. 3-1 up. Pick up yourself, Dave. AU says 2-2. DBS Dallas, evening to you as well, mate. 2-2. Burnley have scored against United. Is that true, Georgie? What's the score? 1-1. Guna Nav says 1-1. West Ham have sacked their manager. I know a lot of you were putting that in the chat. Who's going to score the first goal? I didn't do that, did I? Aubameyang. I'll go with Aubameyang first goal. 3-1. 3-3 says Al Holloway. 2-1 says Brendan. Evening to you guys. Do you think Emery would relegate West Ham? No, I actually don't think Emery was that bad a manager. Yes, he was bad, but these players have down tools for a lot of managers, man. Listen, he had to go, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's as bad as our fans made him out to be, but that's just my fault on it. Big up, Chig. I see you, bruv. I see your punk ass in my chat room earlier. Hey, bruv, when you do a stream on your phone, yeah, come on. You know the crack, bruv, yeah? It's not that way. It's that way. Come on, man. Side on. Side on. 2-1 Boller first goal. You reckon Boller's getting in the squad? Big up my boy Flozanelli in the chat. Loving the gaff, bruv. The gaff is coming on all right, by the way. Keep sending me them updates, man. Lee Ancelotti has won his first 2 in a row, just saying. And people said he was finished. 3-1 Arsenal. Well, listen, a lot of people said Fraudiola about Pep, but now it's, now Arteta's not there. I see people saying yesterday that they lost to Wolves because Arteta wasn't there. It's funny, man. That Wolves game was mad. I see the Sterling penalty get retaken, and then he missed it the second time and tapped it in. I love you, Lee. You are amazing. Thank you, Kerry. Appreciate that. Lee, you are a true Gruner without a doubt. Leave these useless people who always try and mug you off. A big fan. My name is Ahmed. Thank you, Ahmed. Big up to you as well, buddy. Yeah, thank you, man. Listen, I've supported this club over 30 years, man. It's light work, Rob. It's light work. I had better hair when I was supporting Arsenal back in the day. The older I've got, the worse we've got, and the more hair's falling out. Let me spill my drink again. Lee, you should watch NBA. Do you know what? I've never watched a game of NBA. Never watched it, mate. I don't really like that sport, if I'm honest. Do NBA streams. I'm sure there'd be a viewing audience for that, but yeah, it's not my thing, man. I love you more, says Joanne. All the girls are fighting over me in the chat. Thank you very much. I swear to God. Jose will flop in a few months. They drew with Norwich, didn't they? Did they draw with Norwich? I think they drew 2-2, didn't they? Desmond. Send me a hoodie. Cheers. Yeah, I'll sort it, man. I'll sort it. Don't worry, man. We'll sort it. Listen, yeah, like I said, your house is coming on sick, bruv. Yeah, I've seen that from the start when it was just rubble, bruv. So yeah, now it's all nearly the frame, the structure, and everything's already nearly up now, isn't it? So yeah, man, it's looking good. You're doing all right, bruv. Fair play to you, man. I'm 41 and supported Arsenal since I was 5, says Daniel. Big up, Daniel. You've seen boring Arsenal as well then. 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'll take 1-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow, mate, for sure. You should go golf, do a golf live stream. Do you know what? I actually used to play golf. I used to be pretty good at golf, if I'm honest. But my back's more battered than Mesut Ozil's. It actually is as well. My back is absolutely in bits. So yeah, I had to stop doing it, man. When are the Datsun t-shirts coming out? All in good time, and the McManus, all in good time. I've got so much stuff coming out in 2019. It'll probably boil a lot of piss. Who cares? It's what I want to do. It's things I've wanted to do for a while. And listen, if people enjoy it, then cool, man. And if they like it, then fine. If they don't, then that's cool as well. United are still winning 1-0. So that guy was trolling. Come on, what's with the trolls? Who do you think we'll get in January, says CK? In January, who do I think we'll get? Do you know what? I've seen a lot of stories about this Adrian Rabiot. I don't want him, but I do think we're going to get him. I can't see us winning at all. Chelsea 3-1, says Ben. Evening to you, Ben. Yeah, do drive the likes up, people. 55 likes right now. Do drive them up as quick as we can. 320 people watching. I'm going to do 5 minutes and I'm gone. 27 minutes, I'm out of it. So let's do some more of these. 2020, lol. 2020 is going to be the best year of my life, bro. Trust me. I already know this. Get the Jaegers in. Funny you say that. I've got a bottle of Jaeger just over there. Can you see it? With the rum. Yeah, I'm not doing no shots on camera, boys, all right, and girls. DVS Dallas, man, your jokes. And yeah, it's all good. Let's just get rid of this guy. I swear. Graham Potter, have you heard that recently or not? No, I've definitely not heard that one, mate. Definitely not. Definitely not, mate. Although I'm doing all right at Brighton right now. I can't even lie. What is your favourite Christmas movie? Big up, Gary. You're the guy who fully outed me on the Pepe video when I said I'd run stark bollock naked down the street if we signed Pepe. When did I say that? Back in April, wasn't it? And then, yeah, we then signed him in August. Favourite Christmas movie? It has to be Home Alone 2, man. I love Home Alone 2, man. I love both of the Home Alones. The third one's dead. The first two are brilliant. Love from Pakistan. Big up yourself, Baba. 2-0 United. Is that true or are you trolling again? It's 2-0. Okay, cool. Big up yourselves. Rashford scored now. Oh, okay. Oh, mate, he's doing all right this season. I think this is his best goal scoring season, isn't it? United are going to end up in fourth, says Ryan. I'm not so sure, man. Although they're doing all right, aren't they? I know they lost the other day to Watford, but they're actually not doing too bad this season. One day, my lady and I will go to London from Chicago for a game. We must get a pint in. Big up, Sports Genius, definitely, man. Although I do live in Spain. So yeah, I live in Spain. Come to Spain. We'll get a pint in Marbella or somewhere, man. Do you think Ozil should try and score? Yeah, he passes too much, man. I've seen him clean through on goal and tried to square it. Like, it's like, why didn't you have a shot? I don't know. He does need to score more goals for me. He never really does. He doesn't score enough goals for me. He's never really been a goal scorer. I know he does score, but he's not relentless for somebody who plays in that position. I mean, this season, I think Kevin De Bruyne's on 6 goals, 10 assists already. And they're crap this season, Man City. So I I know we're talking about chalk and cheese here when I'm comparing the two, but he hasn't scored a goal in 8 months, says CK. Is that really true? Is that actually true? He hasn't scored for 8 months. How many games has he played in that time, though, man? Do you rate Grealish? Somebody texted me that the other day, actually, a pal of mine, and said we should go and get Grealish. I don't rate him. I genuinely don't. I can't stand him. When we did the Aston Villa watch along, Chig, if you're still in the chat, you remember this when I went in on him, innit? I don't get it. I don't get the hype around him just because he wears his socks down by his ankles and he's got a funky barnet. I don't get it. He's a big fish in a small pond. There is an improvement in United, so there's hope for Arsenal yet if United can play better. Well, this is true. United, Joanne, have gone up the table under Ollie, and I thought they were going to sack him a few weeks ago. But then all of a sudden they've gone on a run. Then they lost to Watford, and obviously they're turning it around again tonight. But yeah, there's no Lions in our team. The only one is Martinelli, 100%. Do you rate Delafeu? No, I don't get the hype around him. How did you come up with the design for your t-shirts? My initials, mate, Lee Gunner. So yeah, just put LG on a t-shirt. So before the TV company from Japan try coming after me, that is actually genuinely my initials. We will get top 4. I love your positivity, mate. I don't think we will get top 4. Although, do you know that Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, and us, you could even put Wolves in that bracket. They're all fighting for that as well. But we're all pretty poor at times. But then we've been crap all season. But the difference I've seen in all the teams that I've just mentioned, apart from Arsenal, is that they can all put a run together. We haven't put a run together. Oh, they're Korean. Apologies. They're not Japanese, Tokyo Kuna. Is it true Rabiot is on 400 grand a week? It probably is true, Dean. The same as Aaron Ramsey's on 400 grand a week. But then what happens is people go, oh, but that's before tax. And is still getting paid 400 grand a week. I mean, Jesus Christ. And the thing is, I think Aaron Ramsey's only played less than half of the games this season for Juve. And Rabiot, I don't even think he's played that many. So yeah, it's kind of mad that they're paying out that much money. I just don't understand. Obviously, there was no transfer fee, so you get a signing on fee and then the wages are higher. I get that, but at the same time, 400 grand a week, really? That's just ridiculous. Anyway, a couple more questions, and I'm getting myself out of it. Drive the likes up. 27 more would be lovely, and it would be good. We're back tomorrow, me and Chig doing the watch along. I'm going to be doing the starting 11 reaction. I'll be doing that an hour before kickoff, so about 1 o'clock. And then I will be doing the watch along with Gunnar Eagle Eye, whose link is in the description. So go sub to Chig. And a nice little funky thing that YouTube has started doing now is I can tag Chig or another YouTube channel in the community, and I can actually tag them in the title, which means that you can just click on their YouTube channel from the tag and it'll take you straight to it. So that's pretty decent. I thought that was quite a good idea. Let me just bin this guy because he's spammed my chat for the last 10 minutes. Bye, mate. Have a lovely Saturday. Pellegrini sacked. Yes, Pellegrini has been sacked from what I gather from you guys in the chat. It's hard being an Arsenal fan, bruv. Listen, my hairline goes back to 98, bruv. Yeah, I had a decent barnet back then. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not good, is it? Right, let's do 3 more comments and I'm gone. Does make me laugh. It's like you get 1 comment and it's just like, hey, you've gone. Go and set up a 15th account. Like, why? Lampard is pony. Lampard's actually not bad, but he will get sacked at some point, DBS Dallas. Lee for president. Cheers, sports genius. Listen, I'm definitely going to come to Chicago one day, man. As soon as I get my visa sorted for New York in December next year, then I've got that for 2 years. I think the visa lasts, isn't it? So yeah, man, it's going to be good. I'll come see you, man. Lee, I make 400k in 2 days. Rabiot and Ramsey got nothing on me. I actually wouldn't put that past you earning 400 grand in 2 days as well, from some of the videos you sent me. Would you take Timo Pukki? Yes, I would. Arsenal 10234. You so need to change that name though, man. Just drop the digits off, or just put 1. Arsenal 1. Let's do one more and leave it. Lee, your hairline's okay. Leave for manager. There's two more. Come on. Well, I'm leaving it on that. Thank you very much to everyone who's still watching live. 328 in the chat. Thank you very much. I'm going to get myself out of here. Have a wonderful Saturday, whatever it is you're doing. It might even be Sunday where you are. Who knows? If it is, have a wonderful Sunday. Let's hope Arsenal don't ruin it. Because I know a lot of you guys are going to be getting up at stupid o'clock to watch the game tomorrow. Like I said, go back and check out my combined Arsenal-Chelsea 11. I did that earlier on today. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. And yeah, it's going to be sick. So thank you very much to everyone in the chat. Laters, peeps.